Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Libra energy, and for this round we're going to do a 10 card spread, and we're going to look at it from a couple different perspectives because it's not a personal reading and everybody harnesses their Libra energy differently. Some people harness high vibe Libra energy. They're motivated and inspired by love. They've learned some lessons in life to temper their more immature, worldly, self-centered, egotistical, shadowy nature. And they want to be just and fair in relationships based on truth and love and justice and fairness. But that's not the truth of everybody. Other people, in relation to other people, we've all learned different lessons. And we've all been a child. We've all been more immature and self-centered and all those kind of things, caught up in these things of the world. Some people still are to different degrees, and we are in relationship to other people. It's just to accept the truth that we'd probably like to be in relationships with people who've learned some of the same lessons we've learned in life, to treat other people the way we like to be treated, to be just and fair, to be authentic and loving and encouraging and supportive. High vibe energy is about being independent. Learning lessons, becoming more independent of your more immature, self-centered, defensive, egotistical nature. And everybody's on the journey of learning those lessons and seeing the truth, who is more open and loving and giving and mature and just and fair and acts with character and integrity, and who doesn't. The truth sets us free. Accept the truth. Some people haven't learned some lessons in life about how to play nicely with others. And we wish them peace and love, and they stay in the friend category. And we might not want to hang out with them at all, some of them. Others will just see you at Christmas time or a holiday or a birthday or out in the world. So it's just to see the truth if we want to be in relationships with people who aren't more about themselves, more about the world, defensive, immature, prideful, whatever. Okay? We're also getting some energy oracle cards. We have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, the Temple Path, and Happy Family. And the reason that came out is because of the anxiety card. We all tap into Libra energy because we all have our own idea of what we think is just and fair, and we want these things of the world. Sometimes people are they let their stress and anxiety can block them from actually heading towards the things that really would bring them maybe emotional fulfillment, because they get so caught up in their head. And our shadow nature can talk about all those things that limit us, oppress us, confine us, restrict us, imprison us. Some people are still imprisoned by, we're meant to master our thoughts and our emotions, not to be a slave to them. But some people are a slave to their mind. They have so much fear of love, fear of being hurt, fear of being rejected, that it blocks them. And then they can live more from their mind than their heart, keeping their more authentic, loving nature hidden, doesn't get to come out to play. And then they just try to manipulate people to get them to do what they want, with living more from their mind than their heart, than really being someone who has some hope and faith and belief in love. And then other people aren't sure if they even want to do love because they get hurt doing love. So then they could make their life and make a free will decision in our dualistic nature of having to make choices in life. In their free will, they decide, I am going to live more from my mind than my heart. I don't want to take a risk of being hurt. And maybe connecting in with my emotions and my intuition, I find those really confusing. And I really am willing to maybe settle for a more emotionally shallow, superficial life, because I just find my emotional nature just too confusing. And I just don't want to deal with it. So then they could decide, I think, I'm going to make my life more about protecting myself, being defensive to love. I'm going to make my life maybe more about these things of the world. And I'm sure those things will make me happy. And everybody has, in our free will, the temple path is, we have the free will to decide, do I want to be in deep, meaningful relationships? That means I have to have some hope and faith and belief in myself and in love and trust other people and have some hope and faith and belief in other people? Or do I want to make my life more about defending myself, being self-defensive, making my life about indulging in these things of the world, just living a more superficial, shallow life? Do I have shadowy traits and characteristics? And, maybe I'm bossy or controlling or manipulative or prideful, and I don't want to change that. They have the free will to live their life whatever way they want. I kind of look at the anxiety card as like an 8 of Swords card, and there's a maximum of 10 in every suit. And it gets down to those last 2 swords. What is my truth in Libra energy of the 2 of Swords? And some people can't pick a path. Some people can't decide, well, sometimes I want to do this, and I want to be around loving, supportive, encouraging people, but then I might be afraid maybe I'm not getting enough attention. Maybe I don't have enough status and image. Maybe I don't have enough money. So then they go decide to make their life more about those things, and then that can kind of seem superficial and shallow or not very loving and nurturing. And so then they want to leave the people they're hanging out with, living their life about that, and go back and get in a relationship with more loving, supportive people. Because in our life, since we have this dualistic nature, we have these different people in our life. Some people are loving and encouraging. They're emotionally mature, maybe stable, grounded. They're not trying to manipulate and control us. They want us to listen to our intuition. They want us to believe in ourselves, believe in our dreams. But then we could have some other people in our life who are living their life the way they live their life, and they want us to live our life like that and live more from our mind, be in our fear, be in our insecurity, be in our more immature, lustful, greedy, self-centered, egotistical nature, because then we'll hang out with them. So I think high vibe people are staying focused. The 8 of Swords is Gemini energy, which is about our dualistic nature of what to pick in our life. And high vibe people, I think, are able to stay in an energy of balance and not get tipped out of balance and up in their head and their fear. They're staying focused on truth and love. And they are they can always be worried about other people in their life and what those people are going to do and what choices those people are going to make. But they realize, I don't control other people. Other people might be stressed out because they are trying to control other people. Everybody's got to learn lessons in life, and sometimes people got to learn life the hard way, just like we did. And so high vibe people maintain balance within themselves. Everybody's got to learn their lessons in life. I'm listening to my intuition. That's like high vibe 2 of Swords in Libra energy. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I accept other people have lessons to learn. They have their own life to live. They have their own things that they think are just and fair. I might not think it's just and fair. I might not want to live my life that way. But they have the free will to live their life whatever way they want. And sometimes people really don't like that because they want them to do what they want them to do, The overarching reason for the reading is the Strength card, which is Leo energy. Have we tempered our more worldly, beastly, immature nature? Do we have good self-discipline within ourselves? Have we grown up and matured ourselves? Have we been enlightened to truths in the world? Life's about learning lessons. Leo is also represented by the Sun card. Am I willing to be enlightened to the truth, accept the truth, temper my ego about the truth? Not everybody's on the same page as me. Not everybody's very loving or just or fair or act with character and integrity. Not everybody's tempered their more immature nature. And I just accept the truth of it. People are where they're at. When I was 15, I acted like a 15-year-old. When I was 18, I acted like an 18-year-old. And everybody can be the same age, but they have an emotional maturity level of maybe someone much younger because maybe there is some lessons in life they haven't learned. Some people are very prideful and egotistical. Some people try to control and manipulate people. High vibe energy is being authentic. Authentically yourself in a relationship, not trying to manipulate or control people. I am telling you the truth. I am being authentic. I am motivated and inspired by truth and love. I want to work together with you in truth and love. And other people are like, I might want to be in a relationship with you, but I don't want to be authentic. I don't want to have to temper my fears or my insecurities or my ego or my self-centered nature. I'm going to try to control you to get you to do what I want. So what's going on in Libra energy? We have a card not showing itself, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Our truth is, we either indulge our more immature nature, and it's like our more immature nature is in the driver's seat of our life, or we've seen the truth, and I've seen the truth about my own immature worldly nature, and I've learned lessons from it, and now my more immature worldly nature sits in the back seat, and my more hopeful, believing, loving nature is in the driver's seat of my life. But initially, when we can get in relationships with people, we don't know, who's in the driver's seat of their life. They're more worldly, shadowy, prideful, defensive nature, or they're more hopeful, believing, loving nature. And initially, when we can get in relationships with people, we might not realize we harness this energy differently. Because we can get in relationships with people, and people could be communicating with people right now. Some people could be apologizing. Some people are just making a small gesture to get to know someone or reach out to someone. And we can think that other people view life the same way we do, that they're on the same page as we are. But what we don't realize sometimes is that we harness this energy differently. And we will come to know that later. The Queen of Cups. Some people reject emotionally growing and maturing themselves. In tarot, we have the pages, we have the knights, we have the kings and the queens. Some people are more emotionally mature than some other people. But, we meet people, we get to know people, and some people aren't very emotionally mature, but we don't know it because we're just getting to know them. Other people don't know that other people are much more emotionally mature than them. The other thing this could mean is I view the Queen of Cups as Scorpio energy, which in high vibe, it means people are willing to explore the mysteries of life emotionally. I am willing to dive into, I am this emotionally complex human being, and I do want to experience life, the highs, the lows. I want to go on the roller coaster of life. I know that everything I go pursue won't work out the way I want, but life is about learning these lessons in life and being brave, and I want to do love. But other people could be hiding, I kind of reject high vibe Scorpio energy, and I align with my more worldly, egoic Scorpio energy, where I might like to keep my more emotionally intuitive nature and hopeful believing nature kind of more hidden beneath the surface because I find it confusing. And so I don't really want to do deep, meaningful relationships. I might present myself as loving. I can be loving in a relationship, but it's kind of maybe more of a strategy operating from my ego. I want to be in relationships, but I really don't want to authentically do love. I don't really want to emotionally invest in it. Fire sign energy of Leo can just be, it's kind of more like indulging myself in a relationship. I'll have sex with you. I'll enjoy it. We'll be in a relationship. But I operate from my more defensive nature. I don't really want to do a deep, meaningful relationship where I kind of let my more hopeful, believing inner child nature out to play in the world. My defensive, egoic nature kind of keeps that protected. And that aspect of myself doesn't come out in the world to play. And some people who are like that, sometimes people don't realize that. Initially when people are getting in relationships, they could think, oh, no. If I meet the right person, I'm sure I will be willing to let my guard down. Well, some of those people have already been in relationships with people. They've already learned the truth that they're not willing to do that. So now, even though some people know, I have been enlightened to the truth that I'm not willing to do a deep, meaningful relationship. My defensive nature is quite strong. But they're still going to maybe try to get in relationships with people, but now they are aware of the truth that they don't want to do deep, meaningful relationships, but they don't want people to know that. And they're just going to, they know it, but other people don't know it about them. Then we have the Magician, the Scorpio Death card, the Knight of Cups, and the Leo Strength card again. People on the spectrum of high vibe to low vibe are communicating with different people in the world, making offers to different people in the world. High vibe people do believe in the Magician card. I am, which is also Gemini energy, like the Eight of Swords. I do, in my free will, I have aligned with my more hopeful, believing nature. I do believe in love. And I do believe, I've learned these lessons in life. They have the 4 elements. I've learned lessons from my mind, from my heart, from my worldly nature, from my creative, inspired, passionate nature. And I have hope and faith and belief in love. And I believe I have the resources, which we all do at any given moment, to begin to manifest my dreams into reality. And I could be done, the Death card can be like done, with kind of indulging this illusion. The Knight of Cups is Pisces energy, which can kind of be caught up in illusion, that I can keep operating from my defensive egoic nature. And I've learned those lessons. If I want to be in authentic, loving relationships, I have to put an end to my illusions that I can act in maybe more prideful, egotistical, immature, bossy, controlling, defensive ways of being. I have to offer love to my egoic nature. I need to transform my life, is what the Death card can talk about. I'm no longer in illusions about my ego. I've already lived my life like that. I've been in relationships with people who are like that. And those relationships didn't turn out the way I wanted them to turn out. So I have to learn to love myself to be in high vibe Leo energy. I have to be in the energy of the sun. I have to give myself the things that I wish other people would have given me. I have to learn to love my own inner child nature, be my own best mother, father, coach voice to myself. I don't want to be in relationships anymore, me being in my more immature nature. And I don't want to be in relationships with other people who are still living life at a phase of life that I've already been there and done that. Being more about indulgence, immaturity, being codependent is what the pages can talk about. I've learned to love myself and to accept that and learn lessons in life to temper my more worldly nature, immature nature, whatever, and to believe I don't want to be in more codependent relationships. If I've grown and matured myself and I have good self-discipline within myself and I have hope and faith and belief in my dreams and I've kind of transformed my life, that I'm not the same person I used to be throughout my life. I have kind of transformed my life. Kind of makes me think of my nesting dolls over there. I was 15, I was 18, I was 21, I was 25. I put an end to my more childish ways of being as I went through these different phases of life to look at life differently, to deal with the truth of where I need to grow up and heal and mature myself. And I'm ready to face my fears about moving to that next phase of life because I want to grow to my full potential. I don't like having these things that manipulate me. High vibe energy is about being independent of the things that manipulate you. I don't want my fear, my immature nature, my defensive nature, my self-protective nature. I want to be in loving relationships. I have to believe that I am worthy of love. I need to be a loving person. It starts within me first. I need to love me. Otherwise, I will keep being in that codependent energy, looking outside of myself for people to love me and validate my worth and value. And that keeps me in codependent energy. I need to love me. I need to appreciate what I bring to the table. I need to be proud of the lessons I've learned. Have I ran my life into the ditch, made mistakes? Yeah, life is about learning lessons and making mistakes. I offer myself love and compassion and forgiveness for the mistakes I've made. Happy about the lessons I learned from those life experiences. Glad I grew up and matured myself. Thankful for the lessons that I've learned. Now I'm not as naive and gullible and immature as I used to be. It has all worked for my benefit. And I have learned that there are people in the world that haven't learned some of those lessons and that they're still defensive of being more hopeful and believing and authentic and loving and warm and giving and nurturing, that they still can be being manipulated by their own shadow nature and their fears and their insecurities, and they're still investing in their more emotionally defensive egoic nature, or just caught up in these things of the world that they still want to invest in that they think will make them happy. But high vibe people have been illuminated that love is the answer. Love is what makes it all worthwhile. The things of the world are meant to be enjoyed, but if you love yourself, those things of the world that you want to go enjoy and indulge in don't get like a stranglehold on you because you didn't give them that much importance in your life to be the answer to your problems, which could be drugs and booze. And for some people, well, I need to be in a relationship. That's the answer to my problems. And then we can get in relationships with people who are happy that we haven't learned to love ourselves so that they can manipulate us, try to make us continue to not love ourselves and believe in ourselves so that they can indulge in a relationship with us because haven't learned to love ourselves. I don't want to be in those type of relationships. And the people in my life who have shown me that they are kind of people who, if I love them, they try to manipulate me based on the love that I have for them. Or I found out they aren't really motivated by love. They're more motivated about being about themselves or their lust or their greed or their pride or their ego. And it isn't about working together with people to manifest a dream into reality. They indulge in it until something better comes along that, because if people aren't in a relationship for love, why are they in it? Well, I live more from my ego anyway because I'm kind of defensive to being authentic and loving. So I'm kind of in it for as long as it works for me. And for some people, they'll stay in the relationship as long as they can manipulate someone. But if that person starts to do this work within themselves to just heal from some past pain and heartbreak, some self-limiting beliefs, that they kind of free themselves from some of those things that used to manipulate them, well, now they're like a different person. They've kind of grown and matured themselves in some way. Well, then sometimes the people they're in a relationship with, they don't like it. Well, you're different. You're not the person you were before. You transformed your life. You learned to love yourself to some degree where those things don't manipulate you anymore. You used to act a certain way and respond a certain way and view life a certain way before you freed yourself from some of those things that manipulated you, and I don't like it. And that's when some people don't want to be in relationships with people anymore with the death card. I don't want to keep investing in you anymore because I used to know how to work with you and kind of manipulate you and play on your fear or your insecurity or your codependency or your lust or your immature nature, prideful nature. I could tempt you in your more worldly nature, but now that you've kind of been illuminated to some truths, you're different, and I don't know how to manipulate you. And in order to maybe keep moving forward with you in the Chariot card, I might have to work through some things within myself, maybe to quit trying to manipulate you. Maybe to work through some of my issues of why do I try to manipulate people or control people? That's shadowy Leo energy. I'm going to try to manipulate and control you. I don't want to do love. I like the illusion of love. Let's be in a relationship and keep moving forward, creating the illusion it's love, but you might be loving, but I don't really do love. But if you keep healing and growing and maturing yourself, and out of love for yourself, the chariot is Cancer energy of kind of getting in the driver's seat of your life, realizing you have this dualistic nature, and I don't want to be tipped out of balance, indulging poor behavior in myself or others, or letting the past or pain and heartbreak or whatever keep keeping me running my life in the ditch. I want to get back up on the road. I want to stay within the bumper guards. I want to move forward in an emotionally balanced, loving way within myself and with others. But previously, when we could have been at whatever stage of life we were, sometimes in tarot you hear about timelines, and it's kind of like the nesting dolls. When I was 15, I lived life and viewed life and acted like a 15-year-old. When I became 18, it's like a different timeline. I'm not the same person I was before. I've learned lessons in life. I'm facing my fears. And then when I was 21, I was like on a different timeline. It's just like you can meet 40-year-olds in the world. Some of them are like an 18-year-old in their maturity level. Others of them are like a 25-year-old. Others of them are like a 35-year-old. Some of them kind of have been keeping up with the changes and growing and maturing themselves. They're like what you would expect a 45-year-old person to be like. They're tempered in their ego. They're probably, hopefully, more authentic and comfortable within themselves. Hopefully, know how to, aren't trying to manipulate people, hopefully, anymore. Hopefully they've transformed their life many times. They've shed many old layers of themselves. I'm a 45-year-old. I don't have the mentality of a 15-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 35-year-old. I keep transforming my life. I keep loving myself enough to put an end to being caught up in the illusion that I can keep moving forward in life and keep investing in my more immature, egoic, prideful, defensive, self-centered, egotistical ways of being. And we're just looking for people who kind of learned some of the same lessons that we've learned. And they've gotten in the driver's seat of their life at whatever stage of life they're at to kind of want to maintain balance at that place and not revert into some poor past behavior. I want to keep acting like a 18-year-old instead of like a 15-year-old. I'm going to kind of try to keep my life on the road. And that means I have to maintain balance within myself and not indulge poor behavior in myself or others. My more worldly, egoic nature and my more loving, intuitive nature need to work together, but my loving nature is the one in the driver's seat. I temper my fearful, more insecure, lustful, greedy, immature nature that sits in the back seat, and I tell it, we are going to work to get these things in the world that we want, but we're going to do it acting with character and integrity, because we also want loving, just and fair, and emotionally mature relationships. And for some people, it's exactly the opposite. They can harness their Cancer energy in a more shadowy way, regardless of what zodiac sun sign they are. I want these things of the world, or I want it to be more about me. So I'm going to present myself as like a loving family person, like I'm this more emotionally balanced person than I really am. Because Pisces energy within all of us can be, I'm just going to try to create an illusion. I'm going to give a lot of thought to kind of not show people who I really am. It's this mental construct from my ego. I am going to try to present myself as a much more just, fair, stable, grounded, emotionally mature, loving person than I really am, in order to get people to move forward with me in a relationship, and for them to offer me a cup of love so I can look like a shining star in the world, or look like I moved on, or look like I'm victorious and successful in the world. But it's not really, they're moving the Six of Swords has went through, is leaving, has come up with a decision. The Six of Swords comes after the Five of Swords. We've either seen the truth and we've learned these lessons in life, or people could have ended a relationship with us, but we still don't want to see the truth in the Two of Swords. Well, that's confusing. Why did those people leave? Why didn't that job work out? Why did I get fired? But they might still not want to see the truth that maybe I have some healing and growing and maturing to do. Maybe I'm kind of prideful or egotistical or manipulative. Maybe I'm more self-focused, materialistically focused. But some people don't want to see the truth. And so they decide, I have an idea. Instead of seeing the truth, I know I'm going to keep operating in my ego. I don't want to see the truth. I'm going to keep presenting myself as a certain type of person, and I'm going to try to get someone else to work with me, to move forward with me in a relationship. You know, kind of like I'm going to go try to get a different job if I got fired from my last job. Do I want to see the truth that maybe I'm kind of immature, manipulative, superficial, shallow, operate more from my egoic nature instead of authentically being like emotionally balanced, treating other people the way I like to be treated? Oh no, I don't want to see that truth. I'm kind of more about looking and putting in work and effort to look victorious and successful in the world, but I don't want to deal with the truth. So they're going to go get in another relationship, go get another job, and they're going to be the same person they were before, and they're going to repeat those old patterns. We all repeat an old pattern over and over and over until we are willing to deal with the truth. Why don't I face my fears with love, to believe that I can manifest my dreams into reality, like to go to that next phase of life, just like when we were 15, going to become like an 18-year-old. And if we're going to be more like an 18-year-old, we have to let go of some of those more immature ways of being. Some people have a problem letting go of those more immature ways of being. I don't want to let go of those things. I know. I'll just create an illusion that I did. And then I'll try to present myself as a more emotionally stable, grounded person to get other people to hire me or get in a relationship with me. But it is just creating an illusion. Whatever issues they had in the last job or relationship, they still have those same issues going into the next job or relationship. So, as some of you are moving forward, you're going to communicate with other people. Some of those people aren't who you thought they were. They know who they are. And if you communicated truth and love and told them these lessons that you've learned in life and how you want to move forward, some of those people would be like, yeah, I'm just going to have to watch you move on without me, because I know the truth of who I am. You told me your truth. I maybe didn't tell you my truth. And I'm happy that you thought I was kind of on the same page as you, but I'm really not. I obviously created a good impression with you that I was this more emotionally mature, stable, grounded, loving person, but I know the truth of me. And so sometimes when we communicate with some people, that this is how I'm going to be moving forward in life, this is some of the lessons I've learned, this is how I view life, do you want to move forward with me in that way? Some of those people initially might, get to know you, or if you communicate with them, they might reach back out to you. But then some of them are like, yeah, I'm not going to keep, I can't fake that next level. That is not how I live my life. That's not how I view my life. That's not my idea of the dream life. Because the Six of Swords being like Aquarius is Aquarius energy represented by the star card. Yeah, that's not my idea of the dream life. I do kind of like to manipulate people, and I am kind of more maybe emotionally shallow, superficial, more about myself, more about these things of the world. I love these things of the world. I like and love my self-protective nature that keeps me safe from being hurt. And I'm going to move forward with maybe other people in my life where it is more about creating this illusion of how wonderful and victorious and successful our life is, but it might be more invested in the illusion of the world. That can be the most important thing. The most important thing is to me to look like a shining star in the world without really having to do love authentically. And if I have some people who are willing to move forward with me in a relationship where they let me be defensive, they let me be immature, they let me be maybe intimidating or controlling or manipulative or egotistical or whatever, I'm going to keep moving forward with those people because I don't know that I could manipulate you. So we say, thank you, Jesus. But initially we can be confused, like, why didn't those people want to move forward with me in a relationship? Well, God knows what we want to manifest. God knows what they want to manifest. And God wants us to listen to our intuition. We don't know the truth. I mean, some of the people we would communicate with, we don't always know that people are in a relationship. Some of those people are like, there could be a part of me that would like to be in a relationship with you. But if I were to do that, because I'm already in a relationship with high vibe people that's emotionally balanced and loving, I'd just be operating from my ego if I were to get in a relationship with you. And I don't want to indulge my more immature egoic nature. And we say, thank you, Jesus, because if they were to come get in a relationship with us, they'd be in their shadow energy of ego. Yeah, no, you keep moving forward in the relationship you're with. So we don't know why some people don't want to maybe be in a relationship with us. It's either because they're in high vibe, they have different dreams or motivated by different things, and we have to temper our own ego about that to accept the truth of that. And we keep moving forward, putting in work and effort to manifest our dream. It's like, they're not the person that's really on the same page as me at the same time, God. Nope, keep putting in work and effort. You have other things to focus your attention on. Love doesn't have to be the end all be all today. Aquarius energy is about putting things in perspective. I'm probably going to live 80 years. Would I like to maybe be and manifest a loving relationship right now? Yeah. Do I need to be in a loving relationship today or next week or next month or next year? No. I have other things that I can work on and invest my time, energy, and effort into because I need to find people who are on the same page as me at the same time. There might be people who do view life the way I view it. It would have been like a dream to be in a relationship with them, but they're already in a relationship with someone else. I need to see the truth of it. Other people that I might have communicated with, they know the truth of who they are, even though I might not know it. And if they're not reaching out to me, then I need to accept the truth of that too, because the truth sets us free. Okay, well, I'm going to keep moving forward. Wish you peace. I'm going to keep focusing on all these different aspects of my life that are part of my life being a dream life, and looking for the people who are on the same page at the same time as me. Now, for the people who are shadowy, they don't want to do deep, meaningful relationships. They prefer to live more from their mind than their heart. And we all do what makes us feel like balanced, and Libra's about balance. It's kind of like other people might be more bold and brave and confident. Some people, even karaoke, they could go sing karaoke, maybe in a crowd of 10,000 people. If we tried to shove some people out on the stage to sing karaoke in front of 10,000 people, they could end up, having practically a nervous breakdown because they're not ready for that. And we all are on our own journey. We're all ready to move life forward in life at different times and, have our own things that we're meant to learn. And so some people, they're not ready for a deep, meaningful relationship. They might love the world. Their most important thing might be to look like a shining star, or they are kind of immature and they want to be kind of indulged in a relationship, like parents can indulge a small child, and some people are still like a small child and they think the universe should revolve around them, and they think, they love themselves and they think other people should love them in a more shadowy, egotistical way. And if they get in relationships with people who, we're our own unique individuals with the Eight of Pentacles here in Virgo energy. We all have our own unique talent, skills, and interests, and we are all individuals, and we all have our own dreams. But that's not how some people view life. Well, no. I make me the center of my world, and you're supposed to make me the center of your world. And if you want to put in work and effort into your own unique talent, skills, and interests, and especially if it starts to make you kind of look like a shining star, I could kind of get my ego about that. Because shadowy energy is about being competitive. You got, it can be jealousy and envy. And, if you're not a loving, encouraging person who's tempered your ego enough to realize that everybody is their own individual with their own unique talent, skills, and interests, and they have unique talent, skills, and interests that we don't have, or they're better in some of those areas, we might be better in some other areas, that you can still be happy for other people. That's not the truth with some people. I don't like anybody who seems to have any other unique qualities or characteristics or shining in a way that I don't feel like I shine, And so there's some people in the world that try to, even really sadly, get in relationships with people. Like, I could find you to be a loving, nurturing, creative, inspired person, but I want to get in a relationship like you're all mine. I want to kind of control you. And I want you to be in a relationship with me, kind of give up your dreams, and maybe even some of your unique talent, skills, and interests that you have, to make your life about moving forward with me. And then Virgo energy, people harness their Virgo energy differently. I want you to work with me, move forward with me in a relationship because it makes me look victorious and successful and makes me look like I got it going on in the world. But I don't want you to ever change. Life, high vibe energy is life-giving energy where you go with the flow of life and you shed old ways of being to face your fears, to move forward in life, to become more your authentic self. But some of these people don't do that. No, I had an idea maybe when I was a child, and I kind of have these illusions about relationships, and maybe when I get to a certain stage in life where I might look victorious and successful, then I think I should be able to get other people to get in a relationship with me, or say I look attractive, or I have social clout, or I'm charming, whatever assets these people think they have. My idea of the dream life is that because I'm attractive, because I have social clout, because I have money, because of whatever I've got, I think then other people should kind of put an end to their dreams and make their life about being in a relationship with me and kind of more supporting me in my dream. And I don't maybe plan to let go of this way of viewing life. And it can be the Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords could be people who are very all about themselves, and some of them want to win at all costs, and it's all about them kind of being indulged. And that's just how some people view life, And if other people don't stay the same, and over the course of the relationship, they grow and heal and mature themselves, and they're moving forward in a more emotionally balanced way, they're kind of motivated and inspired by their own dreams, it's just like, what? Yeah, no, I think this needs to end. And that's what could be happening in some relationships right now. For others of you, you could have already moved away from some people, and then the Scorpio death card is kind of emotionally detaching. We can distance ourselves from people and move on. But as time goes by, we kind of more emotionally detach and we're no longer caught up in the illusion of who we thought those people were. And we kind of see the truth and then we're able to really emotionally detach. Some people are just in the process of getting out of some mismatched relationships. Some people can be in relationships. It could just be someone else, could be a child, could be an adult child, could be other people in your life or family or whatever that you think are kind of immature, trying to maybe cause conflict and discord in a relationship or whatever, just in your life. And it's like, I'm not putting up with the bullshit. I know the truth of who you are. I don't think you have the best intentions. Um, you know, High vibe people treat people with love and respect. It's like, and then with some people, I wish you peace, but I don't think we're on the same page. And I'm going to move forward with the people in my life that I think I am on the same page with. And some of the people that communicate with people, like I say, God is like trying to find out what is people's truth. Are you and the people you're in relationship with, are you really on the same page? Or even if loving people or immature people reach out to people, is this your truth? Is this really what you want to manifest? Are you on acting with character and integrity? What about the people you're in relationship with? Do you want to keep moving forward this way? Is this what you want to keep manifesting? And for some people, whether they're high vibe or low vibe, some people are going to keep moving forward because of the truth of what motivates and inspires them. If they are codependent, I'm in a codependent relationship. Yeah, I want to stay in a codependent relationship. They'll keep moving. I am immature and manipulative, and I'm in a relationship with someone who lets me do that. I'm going to keep moving forward with them. If I'm more ego focused, status focused, and the person I'm in a relationship with already has that, or they're willing to stay in a relationship with me because I have it, I'm good. This relationship works for me. High vibe people want to move forward with people who are also high vibe. If those people communicate or meet someone who is on the same page as them, but sometimes we can be living our life a certain way, moving forward in life a certain way, maybe focusing more on our career or things like that. But some people can be kind of in some mismatched relationships. For those people, if it makes them start to think about what their truth is, why am I living my life the way I am? Why do I make these things so important in my life? What about the people in my life? Why are they in a relationship with them? Why am I in a relationship? Why are they in a relationship with me? Why am I in a relationship with them? Some of those people, if they realize that what they've been, how they've been living their life, or who they've been, because we all have people we hang out with, that it could have been more for the ego or the image, or it is a little more emotionally shallow and superficial, or there is no love there anymore, or it was because people hadn't learned to love themselves. If those people do this work within themselves to love and believe in themselves and temper their own ego about the fact that I might like to make my life just more about me or my career or being in relationships with these people that might be willing and to keep moving forward within a relationship, but I don't really think this death card is holding a sword of truth, that it's not really my truth. I could have kind of been indulging myself or not wanting to see the truth, or I've been a loving person in a relationship trying to encourage other people to move forward in a more emotionally balanced, loving way, but the people I keep trying to move forward with in a relationship won't get out of their ego And it could be, it kind of makes people see the truth. And I don't want to keep moving forward with those people. And I am going to let them go. And I am going to do this work within myself to get in the driver's seat of my life and free myself, because High Vibe Virgo is about seeing the truth of these things that manipulate us. And I'm going to do that inner work within myself to love myself and believe in myself and heal and look at life from a higher perspective and not let my more fearful, codependent, I'm going to put life in perspective so I don't let my keep making decisions more out of fear or insecurity or codependency or ego. And then in love and truth is how I want to move forward. And if there was someone who could have communicated with me or that I met as I was moving forward in this process that seems to be on the same page as me, I am going to communicate my truth and love to those people that this is how I'm moving forward. And if we're on the same page at the same time, then we will. And some people right now are really giving a lot of thought to what is my truth. Do I feel like I'm being manipulative? Am I manipulating someone? I think for the shadowy people, they create the illusion they're willing to bring a dream into reality, but they're just kind of indulging in their ego. They could be mad that other people got out of a relationship with them. I just want those people to feel unloved. So I'm going to go create an illusion with someone else to try to manipulate the people who left, because I want them to come back and make an offer to me. So it's like using other people, just getting in a relationship with someone just to manipulate someone else. And we have to be careful of that when people want to be in a relationship with us. Is this person mad at someone else who wouldn't do life the way they want it or didn't love them? Are they in more codependent energy? Are they still in their pride and ego? You know, we can move forward in relationships with people to offer them encouragement and resources, but I might not get in a more involved relationship with until I think you've kind of freed yourself from being still emotionally detached to someone else. And I don't want to emotionally invest in you if you're still, if the whole point is to, because you're mad at someone else and you're trying to manipulate them to get back in a relationship with you. I don't want to be a pawn in your game. And so it's about learning to listen to your intuition. If anybody does communicate with you or you meet some people and your intuition is telling you that these people are not really on the same page as you, you might have to temper your ego, because there could be a part of you that would like to go indulge in that relationship, and you'll keep moving forward. I don't want to repeat an old pattern, because if I do, and I don't listen to my intuition, which I think our intuition was given to us as a gift, just like bats have sonar. How many times when we were younger did we not listen to our intuition? Our intuition was telling us, you shouldn't do this, you should move away from this person, I don't think this is going to work out the way you want. But we wanted, kind of in our ego, to indulge in what we wanted to indulge in. Oh, no, I'm sure it'll move forward victoriously. And then it didn't, you know? What's coming up for people who harness some high vibe Libra energy? People that are, whoever in your life, whether it's friends or family or romantic interests, the people who have tempered their ego are kind of on the same page about what drives and motivates them, and they're being truthful and authentic and loving. Those people are trying to manifest transformation in their life. They are ready to move forward in life differently. They've learned to temper some of their fears and their insecurity and their ego within themselves to move forward in their relationships in truth and love, regardless of who those people are in your life. Believing that the people that in their life are kind of on that same page, you know. High vibe people, what's coming up that you might not see coming? The King of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Tower. And the reason is because of the Queen of Swords. So, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords is Aquarius energy. You have a dream. You have looked at life from a higher perspective. And you're taking action in love and no longer in illusion about some of these institutions of the world or this more worldly view of life, more about ego or image or status. You let that foundation go. And if you know there's people in your life who do make their life about those things, you see the truth. The tower is about seeing the truth of their foundation. No longer an illusion about certain people. And again, if you spoke your truth to people and those people aren't moving forward with you in this way, they either have moved on or they're not who you thought they were. And irregardless, you're letting go. You know, we can all kind of feel, the Queen of Swords can talk about feeling kind of betrayed and hurt, that things didn't work out the way you wanted, but you get out of feeling betrayed. Why? Because I love myself and I don't want to sit in shadowy energy. So I believe in my dreams and I put in that work and effort to detach from that and keep moving forward. What's going on with some people, or what's coming up for some people who might harness some more shadowy Libra energy that they might not see coming up? Oh, and as you're moving forward in this way, you're going to have different people who come towards you and different people you'll meet moving forward. Some people who might make an offer to you, some of them are authentic and loving. They do harness high vibe Cancer energy. Other people just try to present themselves as harnessing high vibe Cancer energy. Some of the people you'll meet present themselves as being someone who really walks the talk, but they don't. And other people that you'll meet really do walk the talk in how they harness their Taurus energy. And you're going to communicate your truth and how you plan to move forward in life. And that alone could make some people realize, yeah, this isn't going to work because I'm really not that type of person. And you're not in denial. You're not immature. You're not codependent. You're not unstable. You're not in defensive energy. If I were to want to move forward with you, I have to be authentically in high vibe Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, and Aries, Scorpio. And some of those people will know, oh shit, I guess you're going to move on with someone else because that's not the truth of who I am. And you'll also listen to your intuition to see who is on the same page as you and who isn't. And though it might be sad, some people that you could meet or could come towards you could be people you'd like to be in a relationship, but you just see the truth. They're more about working with someone either because they want to move on or because they're mad or for ego or image or status. And it's not love. And you're not going to be in a foundation more out of defensiveness to believing in yourself. And you're going to stand up for your truth. What's coming up for the other people? The Two of Pentacles. Why? Because of the Knight of Wands. We can all be in workplaces, friendships, and relationships. And we could have gotten into some of those relationships either when we were in more codependent energy or people we've known since we were young. But if as time goes by, we feel people are trying to manipulate us, that people aren't very loving, maybe intimidating or controlling or more emotionally shallow or superficial or prideful than we thought they were. For some of the people that are in that situation, with the shadowy people who are being kind of immature or defensive or manipulative or intimidating or controlling, the high vibe people in their life are going to pick up their investment in them. The Two of Pentacles can be, I was invested in this, but now I'm going to pick up my investment, maintain balance within myself. Why? Because I was inspired to wrap my brain around this game of life. And I put in this work and effort, and I've been putting in work and effort to motivate and inspire the people I'm in a relationship with to move forward with me in a more emotionally balanced, loving way. And I've kind of tempered my ego about the fact that I see the truth. we harness our Sagittarius differently. You're kind of immature and got some lessons to learn in life. And I'm motivated and inspired to move forward in life in a balanced, loving way. And you're not. And I see the truth of it. And I'm going to pick up my investment in you. And I'm going to go on this adventure with people in the world who I do think are on the same page as me. And some of those people are going to watch some high vibe people move forward in a relationship because they weren't willing to get out of their ego or their defensive nature or some immature ways of being or a more worldly view of life. And what they also then don't see coming, there's going to be other people who want to be in a relationship with them. Eventually, they might end up being in a relationship with someone who's like them, which, kind of like the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles can also be people who can't decide what they want to do in life. Well, I kind of want loving people, but then those people want me to heal and grow and mature myself. And then if I do find someone who's kind of willing to indulge me, but then I might feel like we don't have enough status or image, or I have to kind of maintain balance to be in a relationship with them, and I really don't like to maintain balance. I'm really kind of more tipped out of balance, and I'm really not who I said I was, and I really am kind of more immature. And so then they could get in a relationship with someone who's kind of more on the same page as them. Instead of harnessing more high vibe Capricorn and Sagittarius or people, I view high vibe Capricorn as learning lessons in life and freeing yourself from your more immature nature. That was some of the high vibe people in their life. But now they might get in a relationship with someone who harnesses more worldly, shadowy Capricorn, Sagittarius energy, who kind of juggles like them and has some lessons to learn in life. And that would be a just and fair relationship because they're on the same page. What's unjust and unfair is someone who knows they don't want to be in emotionally balanced, deep, meaningful relationships and put in work and effort to look at life from a higher perspective, but try to get in relationships with people who do. That's an injustice. And the people who don't keep being manipulated by their more worldly, egoic nature and adhere to a higher truth and justice say, I'm not going to be in my ego about what the world might say. I adhere to a higher truth and justice, and this isn't just and fair, and I am willing to move on from these people. And some other people would be willing to stay in a relationship with them because they are kind of on the same page. Maybe neither one wants to do deep, meaningful relationships. Maybe both of them are kind of immature and try to manipulate people. Maybe both of them are more about egotistical or self-centered or more about indulgence or money and materialism. And that would be the right type of relationship for them. It's just that once people have been in relationships with people who are more disciplined and mature and whatever, it can make them kind of want to not be in relationships with someone who's like themselves, but just try to go manipulate someone else, who is more mature than them, and they just, because they probably don't like being in a relationship with someone like themselves either, but it should make them see the truth. But for some, they just think, I'm going to leave this and I'll just go try to manipulate someone who's more mature than me to get them in a relationship. And odds are that won't work. And for some of those people that are trying to do that right now, it might not work again. So there you go, Libra energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.